It is the NFL on EA Sports, and it will likely be the final season in which we say we've got football from Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Kansas City Chiefs. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
What tight end? 4 down, 4 down.
They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. The throw complete here to Williams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From the 38, Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
That's another Raiders first down.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. So back at the midfield stripe now. They'll come up 2nd and long. From midfield, here's Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Ready, ready. I got you. I got you. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row. That's on the veteran tackle, Mitchell Schwartz.
60 or. Check, check, check.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On the ready. 59. Mike's 59. I'm going to run you over.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
18 Gator. Watch the screen, watch the screen. You draw quarters.
Looking to throw. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. A gain there of 21 yards. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line. They'll set up to throw, and that'll be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. 2nd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is, finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Back to throw now on first down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after after the incompletion on first. Now 2nd and 10. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Butker's kick here is good. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good. Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Carr to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
What now? 46-yard line. Pick me up. Here we go.
Carr now on 1st down. Man open left side. It's Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Carr. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line. I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. Vontez Burfict, the one to get him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check.
2nd and 6. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st down, Chiefs.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
On the double. Watch the run. Hustle. Fight.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Brandon Marshall gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. 2nd and 15. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Complete to DeMarcus Robinson. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Kansas City.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Let's go.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Shermer caught left side, Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Williams. Yeah, this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. KC last year on 4th down, 12 of 15, 3rd best in the league, and they're going again. They run. It's Williams. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point safely through, and the lead is now 10-7. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Carr. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offense...
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. He was looking for Watkins that time. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Come on, set. 15, run. 15, run. Let's go, let's go. Defense.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this one's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's second down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. The Chiefs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. He is going to find Hill here. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was. They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They will run it. It's McKissick. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Mike 54.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Set, ready? 18, Gator. Watch the square.
Williams will try again. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
We play to win. Let's go.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again. Here we go again.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried to hit her inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Watch out for Hill on the return. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he whips that one incomplete there. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Vontez perfect. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. They're going to look to throw. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take it win.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Williams. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, Wolf. Ready?
Now back to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Williams. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. The Chiefs on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. And an alley to run. And he'll get this awfully close to a first down. Boy, that's going to be a razor-thin measurement, but I don't think he got there.
That was a good explosive run right there. And it brings up an interesting little dilemma, doesn't it? 4th and inches. Got to decide what they want to do now. Not sure they expected to be in this situation with what they were facing on third down.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Looking deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Express. Mike's 50. You better be afraid of me.
Carr will try it again on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down near the 5. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Butker now to add the extra point. And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. Wilson snags it left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Decent start there to the drive. Big hill to climb, needing 2 touchdowns, also a 2 two-point conversion.
So, partner, how do you eat an elephant?
I don't eat an elephant. Who eats elephant?
Well, if you do it one bite at a time. Okay. That's the way they've got to play this, one play at a time. Yes, there's urgency, but they have to be careful as well.
Let's go with like a 50-ounce ribeye. One bite at a time.
All right, I'm with you.
Carr finds Williams, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down, and that looked like a clear face mask to me. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture, as now they've got a 1st and 10. Now Carr again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be marked down all the way inside the KC 10. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now Carr. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
To throw is Carr. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
On the ground, this is Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Now it looks like he'll throw here. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
The Chiefs on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. Here's McKissick. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands so they can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Chill. 180. Check 52 to Mike. I got you, pop.
Back to throw. Carr. Catch made right side by Wilson. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Now a play fake here on 1st down. An open left side, it's Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Chiefs, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel, get a bird's eye view. Hotel, get a waiting room. Read a magazine. Soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. True. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal.